Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here to do my 36 and 37 week pregnancy update. And I feel like, again, here I am apologizing for being a week behind, but it's been a little bit crazy around here in terms of what's been going on and what's not been going on. So let me just kind of fill you in on what's gone on for weeks 36 and 37. So the day that this goes up, I'm 37 and 1. So we are getting down to the wire, 20 days until my due date. And I did have an appointment yesterday and last Wednesday. So let me give you some stats on baby girl and then, and then I will talk a little bit about what happened at those appointments and some symptoms that I've been having. So according to the Bump app, she is as big as romaine lettuce at 18.9 inches, and 6.17 pounds. It says baby's practicing some cool new skills: inhaling, exhaling, sucking, gripping, and blinking. Baby's getting the first sticky poop called meconium ready for his or her first diaper. Yay, baby likely measures around 18.9 to 20.9 inches and weighs about 6.2 to 9.2 pounds this week, and gaining about a half an ounce each day. Around week 37, many moms-to-be find themselves organizing cupboards and scrubbing their floors. That's the nesting instinct kicking in as your body senses baby will be here shortly. It also might be your brain's way of making sure you're prepared for just about anything so you can feel like you have an extra edge on this whole new parent thing. So with that, just kind of building off of that, I have been nesting kind of. There's been some like little last minute projects that we've been trying to take care of. We were gifted a cradle by my mom, but it needed some attention, so we went ahead and painted that. We're waiting on a couple last minute decor items for her nursery, and then that will be finished. Just basically kind of taking care of any last minute stuff. So for week 36, when I went to my 36-week appointment, that was when I started my once a week visits. So between weeks 34 and 36, I'd gained 2 pounds, so I was anticipating about 1 pound a week, and that had been going on for a couple weeks at that point, that I had been gaining at that kind of trajectory. And my blood pressure looked great, everything, blood work looked fine, and they tested me for group B strep. So that was all done at 36 weeks. About that same time, I started experiencing really bad sciatica on the right hand side. So I've got this really bad like pinched nerve, it feels like, on the right. And that's about the time that I started noticing swelling in the hands and feet. So I'm keeping an eye on it because I know, preeclampsia is real. I've talked about that in previous videos, but blood pressure looks great. Everything looks fine. So we're just kind of keeping an eye on the fluid, making sure to drink lots of water, and stay active as much as possible, but keep my feet up. So at 36 weeks, they did a cervical check and nothing. Not even a little bit dilated. So we talked about some options for that, and I think I've mentioned in a previous video that my doctor's office induces at 41 weeks if you have not already gone into labor naturally. So I know that being dilated isn't necessarily an indicator that you're going to go into labor anytime soon. There are women that are dilated for weeks and weeks and weeks, and there are some women that aren't dilated until they go into labor. So 36 weeks was kind of uneventful in terms of that. We did go back to the new doctor's office that we really liked, a lot better anyway. It's still the same practice. I also went ahead and ordered my breast pump that day, and I have applied for my maternity leave, so all of that is in the works for, kind of once she gets here. So I went to another appointment yesterday, and that's kind of when all hell broke loose. So they did another cervical check, and still not dilated at all. It is a little bit discouraging just because while I know that being dilated doesn't mean anything in terms of I'm not going to go into labor tomorrow just because I'm dilated, I was looking for a little reassurance that things were moving in the right direction. I'm really trying to avoid an induction, and after the news I got yesterday, that's really a huge priority right now. So my doctor's office let me know rather, as of March 1st, they will no longer be performing any deliveries at the hospital that I have chosen to deliver at. So basically how that works is if I go into labor spontaneously, I can go to whatever hospital I want, and the hospitalist will deliver me wherever I am. They're not going to turn me away. which is probably what we'll end up doing. We'll probably just end up going to the hospital that we had elected to deliver at in the first place. We're already registered there, we're comfortable there. I've never met a doctor at my provider's office, so I'm not, a stranger's delivering me either way. But if I have to be induced, I have a choice of 2 different hospitals that I've never been to, that I've never looked at, never researched, and they're telling me this 3 weeks before my due date. So I'm a little frustrated, very anxious about the whole thing. I don't really know how to feel about it. I mean, I'm just really anxiety ridden. But I also know there's not a whole lot I can do, so it just is what it is. So we are keeping our fingers crossed and really praying that I go into labor spontaneously. I don't mind if she's a little bit late, but basically she needs to come before 41 weeks so that I don't have to be induced. As far as symptoms have been going, my sleep is getting worse and worse. I don't feel like I'm really getting any quality sleep. I'm waking up exhausted. I'm waking up a lot in the night, you know, to use the restroom and things like that. I didn't gain any weight between last week and this week, which I've read can be a sign that you're getting to the end, that you're not gaining any more weight. So I don't know, fingers crossed on that, I guess. But I mean, it's been pretty boring around here. Like I said, we're just waiting on a couple more things to come in, trying to keep the house picked up and clean, because really, you know, it could be any time. My Group B strep test did come back negative, which is good. It means I can labor, you know, at home a little bit longer since I don't need those antibiotics. Hospital bag is packed, labor bag is packed, everything, her bag is packed. So if you guys are interested in seeing what I'm taking with us, let me know in the comments and I can do that video. But other than that, I mean, it's just kind of a waiting game at this point. So I'm not gonna stretch this out. I don't have a lot to talk about this week. But I will update you guys next week after my 38-week visit. I'm gonna show you guys the belly real quick, and then that will be it. Let me get this cat down. So 37-week belly, there she is. And we'll see more in the thumbnail, but whew, there she is from the front. And from the other side. She is definitely large and in charge. I feel like I say that every week, but she's definitely in there and doing her thing. Still really active. Oh, I did want to make mention before I go, I completely forgot, so sorry about that. I did order the Bloom Life contraction monitor, and it came in last Wednesday at 36 weeks, and I've been using it for about a week now, and honest reviews on it, it's hard to tell because I'm not having a lot of contractions. I'm having apparently a lot of Braxton Hicks contractions that I'm just not noticing. They're really irregular, and I don't feel them, which is kind of strange. But if you're interested in the Bloom Life contraction monitor, I can give more information on it in my next video. But essentially it's a wearable contraction monitor. You place it toward the base of your uterus and just wear it. It's passive. It's a passive wearable. It's like the only wearable on the market that you have. It's a rental program, so you don't have to purchase it. And I originally heard about it from Kelsey, who I will link her video about Bloom Life down in the description box of this video. And I also have a referral link where you can get $20 off your first rental with Bloom Life, your first week. So I will link that below as well. But it's got a really neat app. I can share with you guys really quickly what my trends look like. This dog. So it will track, I don't know if this is gonna focus. Maybe. Oh. All right, I will try to insert a screenshot or a screen recording of what my stuff looks like in here somewhere. Okay, so here is the Bloom Life app. And as you can see, I've been wearing it for a few minutes now, and you can see where I had a contraction, and it looks like I'm having a contraction again right now as we speak, which is funny because I can't feel it at all. So if you look at the top of the screen, it shows your hour-long pattern. So once you have it on for an hour, it will show the pattern there. You can see in the dark teal is where your contractions are, and the rest is just like active, while it's monitoring you. I will say it works a little different than the contraction monitors at the hospital, because at the hospital it measures uterine pressure, and this monitors electrical impulses in your uterus. So at the next screen, you can see all my trends. I've had the monitor for about a week. I've worn it, 1 or 2 times every day that I've had it, with the exception of Monday, and you can just scroll through and kind of compare your patterns. And each one of these shows you how many contractions you have in an hour, how long they last, and like the average frequency. When you scroll through, you can see all your contractions for that monitoring session, as well as what time you had the contraction, how long the contraction lasted, and how much time had passed since the last contraction. So this is from earlier today, and you can see, my contractions are really irregular. They also have some literature you can read, information about your sensor, so mine's recording, and battery life, and then just some stuff on your account page where you can see, how far along you are and things like that. But it's really neat. You can see how many contractions you're having an hour, the average frequency, and the average duration of your contractions. The reason that I ordered it, just in case you're interested, a lot of people are like, you can time your own contractions. Anaya works about 45 minutes away from our house, and she wants to come home before we go to the hospital. So she doesn't want to meet me at the hospital. We don't live near our hospital, so it'll be kind of, confusing. So she wants to be able to, if she's at work, she wants to be able to come home, change, pick me up, and go to the hospital. So the plan is I can use my Bloom Life, and once my contractions become regular, and we're getting close to that 511, then she can go ahead and book it home, and we can go to the hospital, because by that time, round trip, we'll have about an hour and a half to work with. So if you're interested in the Bloom Life, like I said, I will link my referral code down below. I will link Kelsey's video in the description box down below, and I will link their website as well if you want some additional research on it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye, guys.